Greetings, adventurers. I invite you to an evening of storytelling, for I have in my possession the tales of the four who ventured to the land of Sol. The human, the halfling, the tabaxi, and the owlin. Whatever personal reasons to which they travelled to this land, whatever they found, changed their lives forever. Within these pages are tales of sadness, triumph, and most importantly, adventure. I do hope you enjoy these tales. Come, join me around this campfire, and let us dive into these pages together. Hello friends, welcome to episode 23 of Born From Us. The time we're recording is January 9th, is it January or February? February 9th, 2025. I'm a month behind. February 9th, 2025. Today we're joined by the usual crew, Velvet, Saturn, Nathan, and Michael. Say hello, everyone.
Yes.
No,
Hello.
I refuse to say hello.
You've been ignored,
Damn.
audience. Listen
Goodbye. Hello. Taylor's version.
It's me. Hi.
So I'm going to put my screen to...
Legally distinct audio.
Audio jungle.
Audio jumble.
So...
Jungle.
Audio jungle.
No.
We're legally distinct from the brand. But as time of recording, we're currently uploading episode 8 of Magic Abound. I hope it...
Let's go. Which episode is that?
The one where we go through the jungle?
It's the one where you guys get through most of the cave.
Oh yeah, the crab distraction episode.
The crab.
Yeah.
Crab.
But by the way, just so you know, I did collect the blue one for you because you had to leave because of migraine. I did get him.
Thank you.
But back to Born From Us.
he
Our
did
party
speak,
had just left little Fey Hamlet after speaking with John Beef within the temple, learning some facts and some little trivia with their friends. They discovered Alvora is something considered immortal. He can die, but he comes back. John Beef has returned back to Willie and their Genasi friend Talus, and they're currently just wandering through the trees on the main roads. I presume you're not taking shortcuts.
Yeah, I assume we just stay on the road.
I feel like it's a relatively easy trip for you all. You've been in the Feywild for what? 6 days?
At least one. Wow.
About a week, 7 days within the Feywild. You've seen quite a few things. You went through the magical storm, which made you land in the very disgusting tentacle tree land. And you've learned a bit about yourselves. Cass now has something close to hollowed ground. Sparky's bigger and is able to communicate a little bit better. Verari's discovered that she's a little different from other Alwins around the world. Velvet is still a thief, but has a newfound party of friends. Hopefully they don't try to kill each other.
Maybe.
I've been trying to keep her alive as long as I possibly can, but she makes it difficult.
Ferrari will throw hands on site.
I'll ask you all individually. I'll ask you all at once, but then you can answer individually. What's going through your character's mind at this moment in time? How are they all feeling?
I know Mr. Goodberry. I mean, if he dies soon, that's definitely an issue, just because the abyss. But at the same time, he's not really worried about it. Once we get the baby from the hag, he wouldn't be against opening up a shop with his theoretically never dying state.
Okay. I'm writing this down as we go along. I need to gather some notes. What about Ferrari? What's Ferrari thinking about and feeling right now? She's been through quite a lot.
Ferrari is grappling with many things right now. First and foremost, the fact that she's lacking a soul. That allowed her to become a doorway, a gateway. That she has no idea whether or not she can find her soul and if that's gonna magically fix everything, or if she's either way. And she is very unhappy right now, noticeably to the rest of the party, but she's not saying anything about it.
Okay. And Jackson. How is he feeling?
I think Jackson's he's definitely getting a bit overwhelmed with everything. He has so much to think about now that it's becoming to the point where he can't think about anything because there's just so much coming at him. So he's sort of just like following the steps, like just going with the program. But there's nothing really else going on. He's just sort of trying to take everything one step at a time.
Okay. And Velvet. How is Velvet feeling?
Well, we're thinking about what John Beef. I was about to say Dr. Beef. What the fuck?
Dr. Beef. He's now got a doctorate.
You're thinking about what John Beef said about how they don't have souls, and also what Avora said about sacrificing his 4 lifetimes for us. She's just pondering. She doesn't know what she can do about any of this, and that deeply upsets her.
So, I'm gathering from all of you, you're all pretty overwhelmed with your journey thus far. You haven't had a long opportunity to rest.
Yeah.
The times you have spent resting is usually been after a great battle, when you defeated General Thorn, or the guard Captain Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't had a big win in recent times.
I have.
What is your big win?
I have my own tavern. A little.
You do have your own little space. But you haven't really defeated a foe. Doris has eluded all of you, and has sort of had you on the back foot for a while now. And you're looking around you in this very alien place, this very unnatural place that is trying so hard to be natural. Can all of you roll me a perception check?
Sure can.
Perception.
I haven't completely forgotten to bring up
Not
both
one,
the
I got a
D&D
4.
Beyond.
I'm a
I've
halfling.
completely
You're a halfling. You don't get that once.
You don't get that
I've
one.
completely forgotten.
I got a 7.
I have completely forgotten to bring up my Roll20 and D&D Beyond, so I need to do that real quick.
I rolled a 19.
Okay.
So what, say perception check?
Are we
Yes,
like
please.
walking right now,
Yeah.
or are we just like?
Yeah,
sitting around?
you're all walking together down this main road.
I rolled an 18.
Okay.
That's 12. My passive is higher than that.
So you're all pushing through, and you're beginning to notice similar clouds that you saw when you were on the way here on the Griffins. It's very clearly another magical storm, looking a little different from the one you saw earlier. Do you push through the storm, or are you going to set camp for a moment?
What's the guide is still with us, right?
Yeah, he's wandering behind you, pulling along the remaining Griffins.
I kind of want to like look back and like kind of get his attention, be like, is that something we're gonna have to worry about? And I'll like point.
He
the
looks
spots.
up, and with you all pointing it out, I'm not quite sure. We could possibly avoid it on the road. It seems like it's sort of heading in this direction. I'm not very good at this sort of stuff.
Oh.
Would
I mean-
Ferrari be good at this sort of stuff?
You could all try to use a nature check to see if you can kind of guess if it's going to head this way. It seems quite similar to the weather you have back home.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna guidance with.
I rolled a 19.
Velvet knows nothing. Yeah, she got an 8. She knows nothing, but she tried.
I got an 18.
I got a 16.
None of you really
Oh, I actually have to roll again. What?
get a
Ignore that.
good idea. It's too unnatural to be predictable.
what you're gathering.
Mhm.
Well, what do you guys
We
think?
should settle down. Any storm that is approaching, regardless of its natural state or not, you settle down if it's that bad.
Anyone else disagree?
I'm gonna cast Goodberry. I'm gonna hand them out to the party.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for these.
Is that what you guys are doing?
Guess we're settling down, yeah?
Okay. You all have correct camping supplies, right?
I don't think we've ever been asked that. We've just sort of been camping. I have all the other stuff. I mean, I don't have...
If you've got your packs, I presume that you have your camping supplies there.
Yeah.
You find yourself a little clearing, and you build a rudimentary camp with what you have. The Griffin Tamer helping along the way, Alvora setting his own tent and whatnot up. And you're beginning to watch... Dog, every time I start recording... Dog. Okay.
Dog.
So you all settle down, set a little campfire, and rest as you watch this storm slowly approach. You remember when you first camped here, you all seem to have a strange dream. I believe most of you have had a strange dream in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of you heading to bed to just wait this one out, or are you all just going to be resting?
We're always going to attempt to have some sleep.
Yeah, I think we just woke up not too long. Like, how long in the day has it been?
You guys have... The last couple sessions have been one long day.
Okay. Well, then in that case... if everyone else wants to get some sleep, I'll stay up for a little while. Just make sure nothing happens, and then turn in for the night myself.
Now, are you guys making a watch list, or are you all just going to head to bed?
We will definitely do a little shift.
So what's your shift order for all of you?
I can go after Jackson.
Well,
I'll go after. I'll go after Rory.
Then Velvet will go last.
Yeah.
Okay. So you begin to bed down. You've had a long, long day. You've had pixies throw basically bombs at you. You've discovered that you no longer have souls. You're trying to put some things together and try to discover the beginning of when you did in fact lose your soul. So who is first on watch?
I am.
I would like a perception check.
Perception check. I can do that. That is something I can do. Ugh. That is a 23.
You're not distracted. You're on focus. As you said earlier, Jackson's overwhelmed, but he's maintaining the steps. He knows what he needs to do to get where he needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching the storm, keeping an eye on where it's coming from and keeping an eye on the tree line. You watch as this storm passes over a nearby tree line, and the trees themselves begin to shape and shift and move into almost like walking beings. The storm is changing anything it passes over, and it seems like it's going to miss you, but it would have been on the path. So choosing to continue would have been quite detrimental to all of you. But it's quiet.
Alright. There's one thing, if we, like, after I see that and if I have time, I do want to go through my little book, my little dragon book thing, and see if there's any mention of, like... I'm trying to figure out why Sparky has a soul now. Because while it's like it's a strange occurrence and it's something that he didn't think was possible, so he's trying to figure out if like there's something there that he can see what it says.
Roll me an investigation as you're going through this book.
Okay. Investigation. That is going to be a 15.
You're flicking through these pages as your shift is coming to an end, and you land on an area of the book that goes on in the event that you die. It seems to be pretty on brand that losing one's soul is akin to dying.
But yeah.
And it seems that if you are to die, since your souls are bonded, that he would have moved on to a different chosen a different champion. But that is if a soul is destroyed. Your soul still exists, but not with you. It seems that it's still somewhere missing, giving Sparky an opportunity to exist outside of his joint state.
Okay. Is there anything that says, like, if I get my soul back, he will lose his? Or, like, is this sort of just, like,
It doesn't seem to go
permanent,
that. It doesn't seem to go into that level of detail with your current book. Maybe a more in-depth book. Maybe speaking to people who are practitioners of the great dragons can help you, but not in this book.
Gotcha. Alright. And I'll kind of like that like for sure confirms our souls still exist somewhere. At least for him. So that's like one piece of the puzzle put together. And I'll kind of like put the book away and stuff as the shift kind of ends.
Your shift ends, and you head over to Verari to get started. Verari, you're shaken awake to the usual sight of Jackson, to a very familiar smell of a forest that has had rain.
Yep. I forgot I manually muted my mic.
Stupid.
Rari will smile up at Jackson, pat his shoulder after standing up, and go out to go do her shift.
Okay, is there anything you're looking for in particular with your shift, or you're just protecting the group?
She's keeping an eye out for any fairies and just protecting the group.
Okay, roll me perception.
Perception. Oh, I rolled an 11.
An 11.
Yep.
You're woken up. You start your shift. You're keeping your eyes peeled for those pixies that threw bombs at you. But you very quickly discover that you might be watching, but someone's watching you. And it's Alvora, who has taken up perch in a nearby tree and is watching over the group.
Alvora, what are you doing awake?
The other half of your job.
Ah.
You seem distracted, so I thought I'd come help.
Yeah, you could say that.
He flutters down and sits beside you in a huff. So what's on your mind? Owl to owl.
Too many things. First of all, lacking a soul. Second of all, I don't know if you've been brought up to speed with this, and most of the party already knows, but I accidentally made a pact with a creature.
That's what the cat was yabbering on about with that Malgoth character.
Yes.
Ah. Well, it does make the task a little easier for him, knowing that you don't have a soul. But is that all that troubles you?
I don't know if finding my soul will save me from that, or if I'm screwed either way.
Well, as they say, only the gods really know.
I don't believe in the gods.
Yeah, I heard you mention that to Jackson about a deer fellow.
Yeah, an odd temple where full of magic users.
Oh, hold on, my headset
and...
disconnected for some reason.
Ba 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 ba. Odd temple full of magic users, and magical stuff happened when I was looking up at the statue, and it's funny how people can expect me to believe that the gods exist when they only seem to interact with me in temples full of magical people.
I see your point. But in reality, is it really their business to interact with us? None of them created us.
Mhm.
We merely just exist
Exactly.
in the same space as they do.
Exactly. So why would I believe in them?
I guess for favor, some people have those. The paladins and the clerics. They all seem to have their own assistants, I guess.
I know of one consistent in my life, and that is of the natures and the wilds. And that in this world, if you do not know how to survive, you will be eaten.
Mm-hmm.
And
Then how
that's
do you
kept
feel about
me
a place
alive
like
so
this?
far. A place like this, it's eerie, uncanny, uncomfortable. I want to leave. But I know I must stay.
Because this must go against all of your natural order.
There's some pieces that fit in, some pieces that don't.
Mm-hmm.
The whole know how to survive or you'll get eaten bit definitely fits in, and unfortunately it seems that knowing how to survive is knowing the difference between a friend and a foe.
He nods in agreement and looks out over the forest. And what is your plans when you're reached to the Twin Peaks?
Look for clues to find the child.
What is this fascination with this child?
Well, it got dealt a shit hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I like helping things that get dealt a shit hand.
Forgive me if this seems rude. You believe the natural order, correct?
A little bit, yes.
If something was dealt a poor hand in the wild, it typically doesn't survive, correct?
Correct, but this isn't natural order, this is a hag's doing.
Fair point. Well, if you want some more sleep, I can do the rest of your watch, or I can go rest.
I think you should go get some rest. I need time to stay awake.
He stands up, pats you on your back, and heads to his tent, where you finish up the rest of your watch, and you head over to Goodberry to begin his watch.
Oh.
Wakey, wakey, King. It's time for you to look for creatures. Do better than I did.
Yes, Ferrari.
I just saw the memes, all of them flooded in with the... Oh god.
Error, make that a meme.
He probably
Would it be
doesn't-
safe to say that Jackson and Ferrari are sharing a tent at this point?
Are they?
Probably.
Oh.
Are they? Are we rolling to see?
I mean, Jackson would definitely is not in a state to say, like to disagree at this point. So, if that's what Ferrari would have wanted,
He wants a color.
Ferrari.
He wants a color.
But you're not
buddy.
married yet.
Premarital tent sharing. No.
oh no!
What are you gonna do? Hold hands next?
I definitely think they would have talked about it at some point during their travels, and Ferrari would have been like, we should share tents so that way we can watch each other's backs when we sleep or some shit.
It was definitely like a thing where like she's just looking for a reason, like a logical reason. Jackson's like, yeah, sure, just going along with it. Just
I mean, it's pretty serious. Eventually, it could be fucking intense.
Ah. Ha ha. Ah. For everyone.
You broke Saturn.
Welcome to Bunker Core.
We're not going here.
I live in hell. Michael out here was just fucking Tasha's hideous laughter.
I just fuck. Ah! Okay, I'm fine.
So I cast guidance on myself,
Okay.
and I do a little looky look.
We play D&D sometimes, yeah.
We do play D&D sometimes.
Yeah.
So a perception check with your guidance. Go ahead.
And my favored by the gods, since I get it back when I wake up.
Mhm.
Perception. I got a 10 plus. It's D4 for guidance, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I get 3 D4s. from here. 9, so 19.
You're looking over the forest. You also see where the storm has passed over and these trees have uprooted themselves and began leaving. And it seems to be it's a still watch. You've had a few of these where it's just quiet. But it's unnerving in the sense of the Feywild quiet could mean danger, could mean nothing, could be that you're about to get struck by lightning. This place is unnatural, but the food you've produced here recently, how does Mr. Goodberry feel about the food he's produced?
I think
Please.
that he's willing to sit down one day and actually figure out the science behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because some foods he's had have given better strengths, perception, wisdom, everything. And I think that one day when he becomes a tech, he'll be able to prepare adventurers for their days, where he'd sit and talk with them and figure out, are you going to go hunting? Let me help you with your like tracking skills and stuff like that. So he likes the abilities that he will get from this adventure and the knowledge it provides.
You're thinking back to the hollowed ground. Sorry, I was writing notes. You're thinking back to this hollowed ground and how it manifested quite quickly when you were almost trying to commune with your god, which you tend to do. You tend to reach out and try to get any form of message back, but your god, she's quiet. She keeps to herself. She only seems to manifest in the purest sense of hospitality when you're creating a place of comfort, you're providing a home, you're providing food. And she spoke to you more here in the Feywild than anywhere else. Maybe this place is lacking hospitality, or lacking a true place of comfort and safety. Because in the material realm, cooking food and preparing, she never really manifested, maybe one or twice. But here it seems to be any time you've really gone out of your way to reach out, it comes back.
I think he might try to like figure out the more defined parts of it. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like he's always like tried to help people as much as he could, but it's just ever since we got off the ship in that way, it was a little bit hard to like find solid ground. Because in the Fey realm, it's mainly just adventuring and like I feel like in a way we settle down more because right now we don't really have any like major things chasing us, except for that one monster. So he has a little bit more time to like be himself and like cook foods, even though he doesn't have like a proper kitchen. He has like all the basics he needs to do what he wants.
Your watch is coming to an end, and it's time to wake Velvet. Is there anything you want to do before you head to bed?
With my is caffeine considered a spice?
Caffeine?
I don't
No.
think it is.
I don't believe so.
No.
I know everyone's like allergies, right? And like I know like which races like show me what, if there are any. Do I have any tea leaves left?
When did you pick up these tea leaves?
I was trying to figure out if I ever picked up any.
I don't
Or are
remember.
there any actually around us that I might notice?
Roll me a nature check. With advantage, because it's situational.
I was gonna get advantage anyway because I have a nat 1. I got a 14.
There's none here.
Is that all?
Probably in the morning I'll cook breakfast.
Okay.
So before I go to sleep, I'll probably look at all the foods and probably go to sleep thinking about what I might make.
You've still got a lot of your ingredients and a lot of the meat from the rabbit and whatnot from when you did your little hunting. And you wake Velvet.
Oh.
Oh. Velvet awakens.
Wakey, wakey, little kitten.
It is time for your watch.
Eh.
Do not groan at me.
Hey, at least I'm more grown than you. Ha! I'll see myself out and just walk away.
By the way, Rennie, when you said you get struck by lightning, I thought you were gonna say roll a dexterity check.
And you fucking die. So, Vel, you're
D20.
awoken. It's the morning. It's bright out. And you begin your watch. Roll me perception and tell me what you're specifically looking for.
I'm just looking for anything that's not supposed to be there.
Mhm.
I hate... The D&D gods hate me. I got a 6. 2 plus 4.
You wake up, wring your eyes, stretching. You sit down, not paying any attention to the outside world. You're far too invested into a small collection of ants that have seemed to gathered nearby the camp. Well, you created a little line up a tree, and they seem to be collecting parts of leaves and taking it back somewhere. You're oblivious to the world around you. You don't care. These ants are fascinating. They're all multicolored, different ants all working together. And eventually all of your friends wake up. You all awaken, and you see Velvet watching ants at the early hours of the morning.
Ferrari speaks up and claps Velvet on the shoulder.
Oh.
I would like to roll a stealth check for this to truly sneak up on Velvet.
Okay. What's your passive perception, Val?
14.
You have to beat a 14.
I rolled
Oh,
a
fuck.
24.
Yeah, you're practically invisible.
Ferrari walks up silent as hell and gently taps Velvet on the shoulder, leaving her hand there, and says, "Watching ants?"
Yes. I guess.
Yeah, you're watching these ants. These ants are fascinating. They've collected dozens and dozens of parts of these various leaves, and they're taking them back somewhere, which you've followed them back to where you think they've come from. And there's a few ant mounds around where they're using this material to build things.
You were supposed to be watching the camp of Velvet.
Well, nothing happened, right? We're fine. Don't worry about it.
Ferrari is gonna look around the camp to see if anything happened.
Roll me another check.
There's an entire army right outside the camp.
I rolled a 13. Ah!
Nothing seems out of place. Well, something smells out of place.
Oh no.
What's going on here?
Something smells off.
That's how am I cooking?
Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
I need help. Something smells weird.
I'll look around to see if I can find the source of where the smell is coming from.
Go ahead.
Help action.
Help
Guidance.
action or perception, or like what? So I'm rolling perception. I'm assuming.
Yes, please.
So that is 20. Let me see. 23.
You're looking around, trying to spot the source of the smell, and it very quickly dawns on you. Goodberry is at the fire with all of his new cooking utensils, and he's cooking.
Oh.
Oh. It's
It is cooking.
It's just
Good.
breakfast. And I'll walk over to Mr. Goodberry.
Mr. Goodberry, Avora has returned to camp early and handed you a collection of various eggs that he's gathered from nests around the area. for breakfast.
Thank you.
How you making out, Mr. Goodberry?
I'm doing good. What are you guys hungry for? We got some eggs, we got some meats.
Honestly, I could just
Omelette.
go for any good meal at this point. Not really picky.
Omelette.
We can do omelets, I think. Do we have any flour?
Flour? You have no flour.
Oh, no,
But
omelets. I was thinking of something else. Okay.
you just need some eggs for some omelets. You were thinking about pancakes.
I was thinking about breakfast burritos.
Breakfast burritos, yeah.
So you all sit together and sit around as Goodberry prepares breakfast. I'm not going to make him make checks because it's breakfast. You can't mess up breakfast. It's Mr. Goodberry.
I'm not British.
He's a-
okay.
You walked right into that one.
No,
You can keep
no, you
you
need to
and your
make a
sea
roll.
of-
No, you need to.
You
no,
can keep you and your sea of beans out of here.
Hey, the beans are delicious. You all sit down together and have breakfast. A very quiet morning in a very unnatural place. But you don't have responsibilities here. You have one task that you need to complete. There's nobody waiting for you. There's not a city that relies on you. There's not a town guard that's collapsing. There's not a cult pursuing you. There's not 8-legged, 2-armed, 4-armed monsters that could tear each other limb from limb in a blink of an eye. It's still, it's quiet. It's strange, but it's quiet. Alvora is sharing stories of his times with his friends on the airship that they have. Jackson, you're probably rebuttaling with your own stories of your various adventures around Davend.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Varori's recounting great hunts that she's been on from when she came. Velvet describing the many temple cities within Valdax and Talth. It's comfortable. It's not home, but none of you have really had a home together.
I haven't had a home at all for a while.
Exactly.
Your home is with us.
You've all sort of found your place in the group. You're not a group of strangers anymore. You've been through a lot more than most adventurers have in probably their whole careers. Jackson, you taking these stories back to your old friends would make you a legend. Ferrari, the beast that you've slain here would be, again, legends, myth told amongst young children in the tribes. Velvet, no one would believe you that you stuck aboard a boat that blew up and then you found your way to be soulless and now fighting a hag in the Feywild. Goodberry, your sister would probably believe you. She shared a few of her own stories. Now, all of you can continue walking. You can hold this camp for a little while and go gather some more resources and maybe help with the healing of the griffins, because they will eventually be ready to go. But that would require you to stop and settle for a while. Now, it's up
So
to you,
how's Mr. Latrice doing?
Mr. Latrice.
Even though
He's
DMs
fu-
are
he's
gonna
dead.
vote.
Mr. Latrice has been
Is
with...
fucking dead.
Yeah.
Mr. Latrice has been with the Griffin Tamer. He's been keeping to himself. He hasn't really said much. I haven't brought him to attention because he's wanted to remain quiet for a while. What he went through when he was on that Griffin has settled with him in the worst light. It's not been favourable for him. Now, I'm going to ask you all, would you like to settle for a little while? Allow the Griffins to heal, or would you like to just keep walking down these roads?
I think Griffins would probably be faster and easier.
Yeah, I think we should settle for the Griffins for a bit.
Has it been 24 hours since I casted Goodberry?
No. You casted it at the start of the session, which would have been towards the end of the last day.
I want to feed the Griffins some good berries.
Okay. I will say, for them to fully recover, you'll have to spend at least one more day within the woods, allowing them to recover, allow the Griffin Tamer to do what he needs to do to recover the gear. There's only a couple of them left. Only 4 of you are going to fit. The rest are going to have to either fly themselves or sit atop of Sparky. Who, Jackson, he's a little bigger.
It's still growing?
He's still growing.
Ferrari's gonna approach Sparky and say in Draconic, "Look at you! You're getting so big!"
Sparky sits with a thud into the ground and looks down at Rory, for the first time looking down at her, and in a very guttural voice, in common, goes, "I am a biggest boy."
You are! You're so big now!
He said that in common.
In full common.
Why does he speak common?
He hasn't been. He's growing up too fast. You need to stop growing up, mister. He walks over and
Well, I can't help it. This place has a strange effect on me. Or maybe it's just the way things are going. Maybe it was destined to be big.
Maybe he's a sassy teenager now!
No!
Look at you!
Maybe
Yes,
teach
you
him halfling.
are!
You just hear, "Oh," from the dragon.
Maybe it's because he has a soul now. That helps.
Perhaps, yeah. And I'll kind of lean up and give Sparky a little pat on the head.
He comes down to you. He is
Yeah.
tall. He's big
He is
now.
Big. He's a big boy.
This would be considered almost juvenile dragon in size. He's big boy.
Have you, has anything else changed, Sparky? Have you been able to...
You would
Do
ask what
anything
else
else?
has gotten bigger, because that's inappropriate.
No. But do you have any other abilities that have sort of cropped up?
Stands up, braces himself, and spreads his wings a little bit. Maybe, I think. Things have felt different recently. Things have been, I had lots of thoughts. I don't think a lot, but I've been thinking a lot. I've been
That's okay, I think.
been going over the things that we've done together, even before we met all of your friends now, and the things that we've done, and the people we've saved, and it's dawned on me that maybe, just maybe, this feels like fate, destiny, even.
Perhaps it was.
Because
Can't really,
when we were paired, I were told that you might die horrifically, as you are an adventurer. And we've seen in our travels
Yes.
that a lot of adventurers just sort of die.
It is an unfortunate byproduct of being an adventurer. that we
It
do
is an occupational
tend to die.
hazard. I have noticed that you do all
That is-
seem to just die.
That is why we signed the, disclosure forms that next of kin can't sue the society and so on and so forth.
Find a disclosure form?
Yeah, when I first joined up, you guys sort of just got shotgun joined into the society.
Yes, I was worried that when we met Rendell
Shotgun.
that there would be problems, but I've been thinking about what he's been saying, especially now that we're here. Why does adventuring have all these rules and regulations and ways to do adventure? I thought adventure was just we did it because we used to just do it and it was fun and we saw parts of the world and we saved a lot of people and we've learned a lot of things, but now we just follow rules and bureaucracy.
Yes, unfortunately, the society has sort of gone down the route of being more about lining one's pockets rather than helping people.
No,
Hey, just because I want to start a tavern does not mean
Well, I'm not saying you in particular, but I mean,
he has a small.
the higher.
because if you all
The
notice,
higher
friends, when we saw the higher ups in the City of Sol when they came for the meeting, none of them were the adventuring types. They were just people with ordinary things and ordinary. Because you are all extraordinary in your own rights. You're all,
No.
for a lack of a better term,
Shut up.
freaks of nature.
Maybe.
Hey, I'm not a freak.
You're stronger, you're faster, you adapt quicker, you're able to go on with horrendous injuries that would normally kill a normal person in a matter of hours, but you're all still here doing
Okay,
things.
maybe I'm a freak.
You're
Not in
able
my
to deal
eyes.
with grief and mortality and just keep going, which I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just even when I was within the order of the dragons and you're all unique.
Oh.
I'm new to this whole thinking thing and being my own feeling, developing my own thoughts, but I'm confident in saying this. I like all of you.
No.
Well, it's a very
Aw.
nice thing to hear.
Like, I've been with Jackson for as long as I can really remember, and he hasn't settled on a group like this before.
Well, I hope we don't disappoint ever.
I hope you all don't die. Dying would be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. So that probably means after we deal with rescuing this child, we should probably go on the hunt for our souls. That probably should be the next order of business.
Or at least figure out where you lost them.
The ship, duh.
Well, I was going to mention, when we were on that dreadful day and the ship exploded and we all were thrown into the ocean, I was swimming around for a while looking for you all, and you all vanished for a long time.
How long?
I don't really remember, but it was longer than a day, 2, maybe 3.
Does this make sense to me?
If you all want to try to put some things together, you can roll a history check.
I would like to roll
History.
history check, but also I would like to ask John Beef.
I rolled an 11.
Just
You can all
Ask
roll
for
an
that big
advantage because it's about you. It's a situation.
ooh,
Shake
advantage.
items.
Say.
History.
11 is the
History.
highest.
I got a dirty
got-
20. Sorry, 21.
I got a nat 20.
I got a 19.
22.
I got a nat 20.
Let's fucking
The
go.
great rememberer.
The great remember.
Okay, so all of you piece it together at different levels, but the gist of it, depending on how you rolled, you can interpret this yourselves. When you awoke on the shoreline of the capsized ship, Vora, you remember climbing up onto the damaged part of the ship, correct?
Yeah.
That ship was there for long enough for vegetation to be growing on the side of it.
Oh yeah.
When you got there, there were corpses that were covered up with fresh blood, but some of them were already rotten and broken. You also remember when you were in town, there were several shipwrecks happening over about a week period of different ships being washed up on the shoreline.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you how you piece it together, but the blanket information is that wasn't your ship that was crashed when you awoke on the shoreline. In fact, when all of you awoken, you were dry. Unscathed.
I wonder if we question to DM.
Mhm.
Just to, if Jackson will know this or if this is the case in your lore. But Feywild trips.
Mhm.
Is there a chance we don't remember this after we leave?
There is a chance that the Fae could take some time and that event, or this event, could never have happened.
I think Jackson's like eyes widen a little bit. What if we've already either been here or been to another plane of existence and we just forgot that time was taken from us?
Shut.
And that's
Well, we lost how many days each?
no, but what I'm saying is when we woke up on the shore,
Mhm.
what if something happened in between the shipwreck and us waking up there and that memory got taken from us?
That
Like, it is very much possible that when some people travel to the Feywild, the time taken from them is their time in the Feywild.
oh.
There's also a
Shouldn't-
moment
Hmm.
where you were all speaking to Rendell when he was sharing stories with you on the shoreside when he wanted some privacy away from the society. He also mentioned that he spent time within the wild, and they took a a lot of time away from him. And he doesn't remember exactly what was taken. He just remembers a city, a tidal wave, and a portal. That's all he remembers.
I wonder if there's a way we can figure out what that was, or figure out what time we don't remember. Because obviously something happened in between us, the shipwreck, and us waking up on that shore.
Because weren't we also a lot weaker back then? So how much harm could we have gone into during that period?
Perhaps we weren't. I mean, perhaps something happened and we sort of got reset or something. I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of unknowns to where something probably happened that we don't remember, which is quite concerning. Because wherever we were, maybe that's when we lost it. When we lost our souls, so in whatever we did in between. Because let's be honest, I mean, even without our souls, we still need to eat, or at least still have the craving to. We wouldn't have lasted 2 or 3 days at the very minimum without sustenance.
Yeah, because you can only last, what, like 3 days without drinking?
Do you think we sold our souls and then sold our time?
I really hope not.
Don't think it's something I
But
could
if
do,
we-
but
But if we sold our souls, wouldn't that mean it didn't happen, so we never originally actually sold our souls?
true.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm leaning towards we either have been here before or been to another plane before where
Yeah.
there's a similar system. Because again, getting to the Feywild is like there are sometimes a very easy, concise way to do it, but sometimes you could just end up here. That's quite a few times I had small trips here. It was just because I walked through the wrong patch of forest and suddenly was on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible something happened during the shipwreck.
And whilst you're all dwelling on this, we're going to take our first break. Welcome to fucking the rest of the episode, everyone. We were just talking shit. I've been recording for up to 10 minutes.
Y'all want to know what just happened?
No.
Make members happen and we'll put it on members.
Yeah, sure. Something like that. He's dying.
Are we ready?
All right, I'm good. Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready?
Are you
Yes,
ready,
you
big
ready,
time?
Wendy. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, Wendy, we are ready.
The session is.
Yes,
I'm ready
when
to
you
marriage them.
Go shotgun wedding for Ferrari and Jackson.
What's a shotgun?
Velvet has a
What's-
shotgun.
Velvet,
no one
you
heard-
were saying that as she has the equivalent to a freaking railgun.
If you fire a
bitch.
shotgun in a forest and there's nobody around, are you really poaching a creature?
What the fuck did that mean?
I'm not poaching it.
Okay, we're ready to start now.
Let's go.
They call me Egg Boy.
These bits of the episode, I'm just gonna let you guys go, and you can just talk shit. So,
Yes, we're ready. Go on.
the party.
Yeah, enough talking shit. Let's go.
You can talk smack, it's good for the video, but you are currently around your campfire. You are having breakfast from Mr. Goodberry, which, Mr. Goodberry, roll me a performance.
For my breakfast?
Your breakfast.
You're a liar. Hey, guidance on this.
You
as
were
well.
talking mad shit, so you have to roll now.
Okay, 18 plus guidance, because I'm always seeking help. So dirty 20 in total.
Damn. He needs help. Ah,
My god is always helping me.
imagine having
Your
a
god
god.
is running the
SMH.
help action.
Yeah, imagine.
I will be your god.
No. No, you will not.
Fireball.
So what was your roll?
Damn.
Dirty 20.
So, with the dirty 20, breakfast, perfect as always. Delicious, refreshing. But Mr. Goodberry, as you're cooking and providing for your friends in this place, that familiar feeling of your god washes over you again. It's very odd to you that it keeps appearing this frequently. It's out of rhythm of the usual interventions that she has. It's almost as if your god is trying to assist you in this place that she's not very present in, as much as possible. You all eat breakfast. You're all ready for the rest of the day. Now I'm going to ask you all: would you guys like to just skip some time forward, have a day skip, where we'll sum it up in a couple of rolls, and then we'll get going onto the Griffins, or would you guys like to do something for the day and gather some things?
Your mom.
Let's gather a few things.
So you guys
I'm
let me
fine with
know what you
whatever.
want to gather, and then we will begin the gathering episode.
It is gather time.
I'll make the list.
Okay. Oh, because
We need
we've
some
been on the
tea
road for a
leaves.
while, so I thought we could skip some time and guys get you to your destination finally.
Yippee!
Yeah.
Time skip.
Be on the lookout for some tea leaves, some mushrooms.
Okay.
We got the tea.
Oh, spill
always
the
got the
tea,
tea.
sis. Oh my god, spill the tea, sis.
No.
I will spill it in
Damn.
the harbor.
So what is your list, friends?
Tea, mushrooms. What goes good with rabbit?
Fruits. It's typically good in stews.
Let's make a stew.
Okay.
You want to get some stuff that we prepare a stew? That'll
Yeah.
probably be.
Are all of you helping in this search?
I'll help with
Hello.
that, I
Velvet.
guess.
Huh?
Do you have any wine?
Hold on, let me check. No, but I do have ale and dwarven whiskey. For some reason. I don't know where I got either of those.
Would you guys like some stew then? Some stew and whiskey.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds horrible, honestly.
Right, so for all of you who are going out to find stew ingredients, nature checks from everybody.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have +1. Let's go. Fuck me up, Sam.
I'm
Fucking
gonna-
nat 20 again.
Damn.
Nature
I
plus
rolled a
guidance.
7. I'm rolling like ass.
Bro, I got a
15,
nat 20 on history and nature, bro. Fuck.
I
17.
also got a natural 20 on nature. We pop it
I-
off velvet.
Literally, my last
The
two rolls
one
have been
where
nat 20s. I'm doing well.
Saturn rolls horrible.
So we
This
have
session.
2 natural 20s, a 17 and a 7.
Yes.
Okay. Rory, you're a little too distracted. You're dwelling. You're a little worried with the whole soulless the whole soulless part of your adventure right now. And you're just tagging along with Jackson as he is just expertly pointing out things and over explaining everything. Like what this plant is, where it usually grows, where it's from, where he's found it before, if he's tried it before. Velvet, you're kind of copying Jackson's homework and you're running off and finding all of these things by yourself. Mr. Goodberry,
Hey.
you're in your element. This is normal. And you all come up sizably with enough to make tonight's meal of stew. You do, in fact, find some tea leaves. And
What type of tea leaves?
all you can guess is just common tea leaves.
I'm making some tea while I'm cooking.
And with 2 natural 20s, you guys get to roll on Ray's resource table. Roll a D100.
The deck of many things.
Are we each rolling a D100 or
Yes,
is it?
please.
Okay.
Alright, let's see it.
I think the 2 nat 20. 37 from me.
43.
Okay. So Jackson, you discover a loomberry, a small
Bloomberry.
bioluminescent fruit that glows a soft shimmering
Bioluminescent.
light, a rarity of rare, and effects. When consumed, a loomberry grants dark vision out of 60 feet for 1 hour. If the creature already has a dark vision range, the increases by 30 feet instead. Additionally, the eater can cast fairy fire, DC 14 once within the next minute, and the side effect: the eater emits dim light in a 5-foot radius for the next 10 minutes.
Oh no.
So if I ate that berry, I would have 180 feet of dark vision.
Fucking
Oh.
Christ. I would have 90. What the fuck are you?
And Velvet,
Uh,
you find a whimsy plume. A swirling pastel-coloured fruit that tastes different with every bite. Rarity, uncommon. Effects: when consumed, the whimsy plume induces a surge of unpredictable magic. Roll a d6. Whimsy plumes are found in a trickster fairy orchid.
do I know that?
No.
Fuck. Okay, we might be in danger, but I don't. No one knows it.
But no one knows.
Unless maybe the fucking nature nerd amongst us might know if he sees you pick it up.
I mean, if you want to share what you found, you can probably discover something.
Oh yeah, duh. These are my boys.
These are
I'll
my
show them this
lads.
silly little flower fruit thing I found.
Jackson,
Yeah, definitely tried what I found as well.
you see a whimsy plume. You know a whimsy plume.
Uh-huh.
You've seen plenty of whimsy plumes.
Oh no.
They grow in trickster fairy orchids.
Uh-huh. Huh. Yeah, he just kind of looks at it, looking down at the little berry he's got, looking back up at what Velvet's got. How far away did you wander to get that?
Oh, like right over there. I just pointed in a vague direction.
Oh. I'm not saying we're in danger, but what I'm
But we're in
saying
danger, aren't
is...
we?
But what I'm saying is that these things are found quite often in trickster fairy orchids. And
I don't know what that
they-
means.
so
We're in
That can't be good.
danger.
We're not necessarily in danger. We should expect
gonna-
pranks.
I'm going to do a perception check to look around for any trickster fairies.
Mhm.
That's a 12.
You see no tricksty fairies.
Can I
Yeah.
also do a check?
You can roll me a check.
Yeah, I see nothing.
I rolled a 10. I'm rolling like ass.
You don't see any
First-
trickster fairies.
Perception guidance, not one.
I
Perception
will-
guidance.
Blind.
I will also make a perception check as I see
16.
all. As I see everyone else looking around, he's like, I might as well,
Mhm.
and I will. That is a 17 for me.
No, there's nothing here.
Nothing here.
All right, there's probably nothing around.
Okay.
All right, cool. We're safe.
But Jackson, what you do know about the fruit is it does induce magic in the person who eats it.
Like permanently? Wow.
I
wow.
apologize.
So
Oh, man.
we do have some very special things here. What you've got, Velvet, can be very unpredictable, but it does give some like magical effects. I don't know for
Ooh.
how long exactly. I've never tried any. And then
Can
this...
I
Oh,
can I eat the funny fruit, Jackson?
I can give you
that
a taste.
that funny
can
fruit
share it.
points to what Velvet's holding.
Hey, we
Yes.
can share. We
Is
can
there
share
enough
it,
for
I
two
guess.
people?
There's magic in every bite, and there's at least 8
Yeah.
bites worth.
Velvet. Ferrari's gonna take
Two.
a piece. Cheers.
Roll me a d6.
Two.
D6.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All
Fuck, I'm
right.
giving a piece. I'm giving a piece to everyone.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
Are we all about to do this? Is Velvet also eating
Hold
their
on,
little?
hold on. There's 4 party members, right? 4 players, and there's also 4 miscellaneous party members with Alvora, the guide, Mr. Trees, and Sparky. So each of us get one.
Are we all gonna shotgun this little plant right here?
I sure will.
You're like a
Fucking
bunch of stoners that just gathered around like a peyote plant, and now you're going crazy.
Hey,
I rolled a 4.
All right,
Okay, you
I will
roll 4.
I will also partake.
Everyone roll me a d6. Ferrari got
I
a
rolled
4.
a 1.
1?
I got a 2.
Should I roll for Sparky as well? I also got a 4.
Okay. You can roll for Sparky.
Okay, and then Sparky munching down. He also rolled a 4. I
Okay.
cannot make this up.
Damn, you and
Mr.
Rory are
McGregor,
so
you rolled a
instinct.
2.
Yeah.
You're looking at your friends as you take a bite, and you're analyzing the flavors. Like, this is unique. It's zesty, but creamy. It's
zesty.
strange, and you then suddenly realize you are 30 feet away from your friends as you teleport to an unoccupied space 30 feet away from you. Jackson
Meet the two
Ferrari.
legs.
and Sparky all roll me a d20.
Oh no.
Oh boy. D20 time. I rolled 9.
And then let me roll for Sparky. So I rolled a 5 and Sparky rolled a 4.
Wow.
So all of you rolled. Wait, so who rolled the 4? It was Jackson, Ferrari, and Sparky.
So Sparky rolled a 4.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
And
Rory rolled a 9.
okay, all of you collapse to the ground in a burst of laughter. You are now under the effects of Tasha's hideous laughter.
Oh,
Not
boy.
again!
And Vel, what did you roll?
Wait, what did you say?
They're now under the effects of Tasha's hideous laughter.
Hey, you're not. Shut up.
And Vel, what did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
You gain the effects of the blur spell for the next minute.
I get blurry.
So you're just watching Mr. Goodberry disappear away. All 3 of you collapse into dragon laughter. It's very strange. Velvet, you just become blurry. You think you're seeing yourself hallucinate. Like, oh, I look so strange.
What happens to Mr. Latrice and the guide?
Mr.
If they
Trees
take
doesn't
them.
take a bite, but the guide rolled a.
Oh no.
He goes from looking a little like beaten up and down to being as healthy as he's ever been.
Hey, cool.
Alvaro doesn't
Yeah.
take a piece.
Fair. Mr. Latrice and
Ferrari
Alvaro
will
on the
take
smart one.
another piece once her hideous laughter wears off.
You're in crippling agony from the laughter. Your ribs, your abs, all in shocking, stinging pain as you're all in laughter.
You know what I was like earlier when
Yes.
that joke
Editor,
was made?
replay that noise. Very good. You're watching all of this unfold, and you're also hearing the accompaniment of the. You also hear some laugh joy. Oh my god! You also hear other things joining into the laughter. High pitch, squeaky laughter.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Perception check. Can I
Okay.
even see? Is my vision blurred too?
No, you have the effects of blur, the spell.
I got a fucking 11.
You see nothing.
Oh no. Panic.
After I'd say about 3 minutes, you all get back to your feet, crying, tears running down your face, your abs hurt from laughing, and there's like 2 more pieces of the fruit left.
Ferrari, take another piece.
Okay.
Well, they're in the hands of Alvora and Mr. Latrice, so you have to ask them.
Alvaro will hand us over.
Alvora,
Yeah.
let's go.
Enjoy. Don't die.
I rolled a
Yeah,
2.
please.
A 2. You teleport
Yeah.
right next to Mr. Goodberry.
Hi, Mr.
Whoa.
Goodberry. How are you doing?
Hello, gorgeous.
Oh, fancy.
You're all beginning to hear the laughter, the squeaky laughter. Joy get a little bit louder as you're all eating this fruit, and there's one piece
Oh, no.
left, and it's not being eaten.
Hmm.
Anybody?
You're gonna
Variety
eat
will
that?
take
Anybody
one
want this
more
last
bite.
piece?
Rory's
Variety's
30. Hey, Rory's 30 feet away. I'm right
Now
next to him.
Variety's sprinting. Variety's
will-
hooked. He wants
Damn.
to see.
And sees Jackson sees Ferrari coming and it just smirks and he's gonna take the last piece.
No!
Take a bite. Roll the d6.
Oh god, this is gonna turn out bad now. I'm gonna get karma so hard.
Oh,
4.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll the d20.
God damn it.
I cannot roll anything other than 4.
Well, have fun.
I rolled another 4. Why
You
is there
collapse
so
into
many
laughter.
4s?
Ferrari's now standing over Jackson like, should have let me take the last piece. Now look who's on the ground laughing. Ha 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 ha.
The menacing. You're all having a decent time. The squeaky laughter fades as the last piece is eaten, and you're left to a very, very unhappy Jackson, who his ribs are now in crippling pain. You take 2
Oh,
points
no.
of damage from laughing.
1 point damage per laugh,
Plug Jackson.
or like what, 2?
It was it was a d12. He got a 2.
Okay, but like,
Oh, that could hurt you.
should he roll twice, and should Sparky and Rory also roll?
No. It's just because he
No,
laughed
it's just
so
because
much.
I went from laughing to getting up for literally 5 seconds to laughing again. Like there was no recovery time.
Fair.
You all head back to
Oh, man.
camp. It's about midday. Mr. Goodberry's hard at work in his makeshift kitchen, which is quite homely now. This is his element. His kitchen is now a system. It is set up. Everything is prepped and ready to go. The smell of food wafting through the camp is warm and comfortable. You've made a little sanctuary for yourselves as you prepare for the next day. Now, to not bore our viewers with another perception night watch, I am just going to say that this evening is quiet. You don't see a need to set camp, to have watch. You've laid a perimeter, you've done some scouting throughout the day, after gathering all this food, you spent time laying the land a little bit. You know that you're safe. You know nothing's here. You know you're in a trickster orchard. But whatever you just did with the fruit has made them calm down. You ate their fruit, you had a good time, and everybody was involved.
We gotta get more of that fruit. Also, just because I just remembered I have this, I'm gonna just take out my Feywild map and look at it. Like, examine the map.
As you take it out, you see the various places and cities settle into place again. And you see the Twin Peaks nearby. You see a few other dotted settlements unnamed. It's almost like a video game map. The more you explore, the more is revealed.
How close are we to the Twin Peaks?
By foot, it would take you about 2 more days. But with the Griffins, you're going to get there the same day you set off.
Let's go.
Interesting.
Can
Oh,
Variety look at her
I'll let the boys know.
Feywatch?
Say again, sir?
It's been a while. Can Variety look at her Feywatch?
Yeah, you open it up. Just ticking very carefully, very quietly.
Hey, it's different than the last time I opened it. Nosebleed.
yeah, you don't remember what happened last time. I was about to say that. None of us do.
Now, to all of you here, you settle in after having a lovely meal. I'm not going to ask for a check because it's Goodberry. He has a kitchen now. This is like asking Gordon Ramsay to roll a performance check. You have a good meal. You have a good night. You spend time sharing stories again. Having said, some of Jackson's stories are a little bit more violent. He's spent a fair few adventures doing some things that would be unsightly, but you've seen sacrifices take place in your adventures. Now, is there any questions you have for me for a DM, or are you guys ready to keep going?
So we're having a good night after a good meal from Goodberry.
Yes.
Obviously, we all long rest, I assume. At
Yes,
this point.
long rest.
What is your
Question. Have I noticed anything with my sorcerer part?
You see, nothing much has happened with it. You haven't really been spending time to venture into that part. But you know with enough time, something could happen. But you've not really been using your skills lately. You've had the fight when you arrived, and that's really it. The rest of the time here has been avoiding natural hazards and trees that came to life as tentacles. Now, you awaken. It is the next day. The griffins are ready. He's already saddled them up and prepared them for the day. 2 of you are going to have to take, 2 each. So 2 people on one griffin, 2 people on the other, and everybody else on Sparky.
Or flying ourselves.
Or if you have wings that are capable of flying, then yes.
Goodbear's wings come up nowhere.
He's secretly an angel this entire time.
Secret ASMR.
You all
Talk about my ass.
Yeah.
You all ascend into the skies one more time, getting a lovely view of the surrounding area. Much nicer than the last time when you almost fell out of it.
Yeah,
You
let's see. Let's
see-
hope we don't get another storm.
You see Twin Peaks ahead of you. The symmetrical city, but it's incredibly tall. Some of the spires piercing the clouds themselves, and the griffin tamer raises you high, takes you all up above the clouds. And this is where we're going to change the map.
Map time.
Map change. Wow.
You all pierce the clouds, and you see Twin
Wow.
Peaks ahead of you.
Where's the twins, huh? There's only one.
The griffin tamer slowly begins circling the city as you approach. You're above the clouds. These spires are huge. Some of the buildings themselves floating. Islands around here are carrying buildings and trees as you're circling. And the griffin tamer looks to you all and informs you on some things you might need to be aware of. The Twin City is a peaceful place. Weapons or acts of violence will be not taken lightly. Bringing
Sucks.
other Fey artifacts or Fey favors into the city of the Twins is also seen as against the rules. They do have a jail for the mortal kind, and
Oh no.
they don't take lightly to those who break the rules. He lands somewhere within one of the floating islands connected by the various bridges and looks to you all and goes, I guess this is where we all part ways, friends. It's been certainly an adventure.
Indeed, it has been.
I apologise for our trip through the storm, but I thank you all for coming back for me and not leaving me to die.
Well, yeah.
It's pretty much just second nature for us to help whoever needs help. So
Well,
And if you ever need to stop at the tavern, please go there.
I appreciate your kindness. Again, be careful here, everybody. This is a. It's not taken lightly. The rules are rules. Please don't break them. I'm going to find a much needed rest, and allow these griffins to be handed off to somebody who can get them some help, because there's only so much I can do on the road. Thank you
course.
again.
You weren't even on.
It's been a pleasure. I usually would ask for time roundabout now, but you've given me more than I could ever ask for. And I hope to see you again soon, and maybe next time we'll have a safer trip.
Maybe.
yeah, hopefully.
Farewell, friends. And he takes the griffins off to the stable, leaves them there, and then descends into the city.
On a griffin or just eat?
Sorry?
They just fall down.
No, the islands sort of move and adjust like staircases to certain areas, and it takes you around wherever you seem to decide you want to go.
Harry Potter as stairs.
Yes. Everything here seems to be elegantly crafted out of what could be assumed marble and very expensive woods and materials. Alvora's with you all. He dusts himself off and he points towards the central city with the 2 fountains that are floating nearby, and says to you all, that's probably where we have to go, friends.
Imagine so.
Maybe.
Let's keep an eye out as well. Rendell was supposed to be around here last time we checked, unless he's moved on by now. We may catch sight of him.
The Minotaur?
Well, let's look around.
Yes.
Well, is there anything you all wish to do while we're here?
Perception check.
Searching for
Velvet-
Minotaurs.
Velvet says that out loud, nosebleed.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of you have rolled a d6 damage right now.
Oh.
Oh.
I got an 8.
That kind of
I mean-
damage?
No, it's,
No, I was kidding.
I did
Oh,
actually.
no, I want to roll damage. Frowny face.
I
wanna
did, however,
die.
perception. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got 22.
He's not here. You don't see him here. At least where you are right
Oh.
now.
Damn. Let's hope he's elsewhere then.
Is there anything we wish to do while we're here? The city is massive, for what I can tell, and we are very high up. Please don't fall.
Is there a
I'm gonna-
place
I'm
we
gonna jump
can
off the
get
edge.
drinks for normal currency that isn't time?
Do you believe that there might be a Blob and Ramsey restaurant here?
God damn
There
it.
might be.
I am not spending time that extensively.
From what I remember, you might have a restaurant in every hole.
Well,
I
perhaps
am-
before we.
We're always being ignored.
Not to ignore you, Rory, but the Fae don't deal in anything but time.
Well, we did find that one mortal fellow that was still using gold,
Might be sending
it
him
might-
back home.
perhaps. But anyway, before we go exploring and just doing, we might want to actually do what we came here to do first, before we just wander off. We are not necessarily on a time limit, but we are, time still is passing in the material plane as we're doing all this.
At a very accelerated rate.
Yeah, so we should probably get whatever info we need and help solve your problem as well, Alvora. And then if we have extra time, or if it can't be helped and we need to wait a little while, then we can explore and do whatever here.
Well, don't concern yourself with my problems, friends. I'm just here to tag along.
We
I'm here
will.
now.
We're gonna. Fuck you. You can't stop us.
We don't want to.
Damn.
Very well. I appreciate the kindness, regardless. But I do have to agree with Rory. Maybe a nice drink will clear the mind at least.
Yes, I could use with something. And hopefully we can find a place that accepts gold.
Well, if you are heading to the twins, maybe a moment to clear our minds would be healthy. We don't want to go into a meeting with Archfey blinded.
Yes,
Bro.
indeed.
Well, like Ferrari said, let's find a place that is as cheap as possible on the time scale, at least, or gold if we possibly can.
Alvora nods and sort of takes a de facto lead, taking you guys around. And he does manage to find a place that does deal in gold and coin. It's a little gnome establishment. You all head inside and sit down. They bring you the only thing they really do sell, which is a mixture of wine and ale, and they set it down the table and leave you. It'll only cost you all 8 gold in total for everything.
I'll pay.
Let's go.
Alvora looks to you all and goes, "Well, you're here now. What are your plans?"
Well, we need information on this hag.
Mhm.
I suppose that's what we're mainly getting here for, but I think a couple of us have other things we'd like to ask these Archfey if we get the chance.
Are you planning to make any deals, friends?
Don't know of any deals I could make
maybe a set of wings, and he gives you a very, playful nudge in the arm.
Would they be able to help with that?
They're archfey, they can do anything.
I don't think it'd be
Okay.
worth it.
I mean, they are helpful. He gives a playful flutter of his wings.
Yeah, but
Well-
what would they take?
It's the Fae, anything really.
I guess whether or not I make a deal depends on the price they ask for it. But I've been not so subtly doing a lot of research into dragons in this book I've got here. And Velvet, you're not going to leave this. Not leaving this establishment.
We're not in an establishment. We're out in the open, stupid.
We're
Guard,
you're
take Jackson.
quite literally. Yeah, just get dragged away.
Threats
No,
are not
cool.
allowed in the Twin Peaks.
It was not a threat, it was a promise.
But I've been doing some research. I feel like especially now with my soul not being here and Sparky sort of being his own thing, I can take what I've got magically a little further. But it may require outside help. So that's kind of what I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of. There's some what it says druidic practices here that I may be able to tap into, and perhaps they'll be able to get me along that path a little quicker.
Very fair. Well, you all know the things I'll be asking, and fingers crossed they grant it. Maybe I'll disappear in a puff of smoke, or they'll merely make me die. Who knows? To be quite honest, this is my last real option for what I need to do.
Well then, if that's the case, maybe have you considered that thing with Mr. Beef?
Well,
Fuck beef.
it was more of a in the moment, a suggestion. I don't know you all very well, and you don't know why, but I have plenty of time to give, and he needs time.
Well, we can't stop you, and it is quite troublesome that we don't know where our souls are at. And I think if we're going to be asking for other things here, finding souls on top may be too much to ask for Archfey. And if it helps you in your journey as well, perhaps, if you're okay with it, none of us really can stop you.
Very fair. I'll keep it in mind for you all, as if I'm not able to get where I need to be, this will give me some assistance. Maybe Beef can get me to the Infernal. Who knows?
We love John Beef.
Yeah.
He's quite the little guy.
Yeah, definitely one of the most chilled devils I've ever heard of.
Yes, he's much different from the ones they tell in stories or the ones that make themselves known. He's more of just a house cat.
Yeah. Well, on our adventures, when we first started out, we even met a few demons that needed to get back to their boss in the Hells, which was quite.
Oh
strange.
yeah, they're chill. I remember
A
them.
lot of
We must be
people
living in
travel-
troubling times for the demons to be working with devils.
Oh,
Yeah,
also,
I have no idea, but
also, Avora, that only happened because I had managed to convince the guy to give me a knife that was apparently cursed.
You've all had quite the adventure, I see.
Yes, I'm
Well,
also
I
very
just
stupid.
want to get these stuff off my arms.
Yes, you don't want to be taken over by a malicious devil.
Would that technically make me an artifact?
It'd make you dead.
In my eyes, it's an artifact, man.
Well, let's finish our ale and our wine and go speak with these twins.
yes, that probably would be for the best.
You all get yourself some liquid courage. Pay your tab, head out the door, and begin heading towards the tower. The pathways and the bridges here are slightly busy. All Fey life. Wearing robes, armors. They all seem to be busy and at work. Where you are isn't a place for tourists or for the city goers. This is the mark of bureaucracy within the city. This is where people are hard at work and busy, dealing with the many deals that Fae make and trying to win themselves some form of status within the Fae world. And you begin ascending the stairs, your hearts all respectively beating in your chest. You're meeting powerful Archfey, ones that have enough power to control a part of the Feywild themselves. And you reach the door, which opens for you, and you step in.
Oh boy.
The room here is huge. The ceiling extends far above where you can see. You hear gentle chimes, and everything here is symmetrical. One side of the room looks exactly identical to the other side. Maybe a variance in colour and sort of decor, but the chairs, the tables, the bookshelves, everything is the same. And you're sort of being guided by your own guesswork to where you think that the Archfey might be, because this building seems to be quite barren of life. You seem to be the only handful of people walking through this building. And you eventually meet what seems to be a main chamber, after following a collection of floating candles throughout the building. The main chamber door opens, and inside a beautiful, beautiful throne room. Flowers, gentle music playing, bookshelves as tall as all extend all the way up to the ceiling. And the both of them sit there. They all see you. They lock eyes with each and every one of you. And they both speak in unison. Which one of you would like to speak first?
Hello there, how are you? Says Mr. Goodberry.
They both cross their legs at the same time and lean forward. Greetings.
Greetings.
Welcome to Twin Peaks. We are the twins. What brings you all to our chamber?
Well, there was we're seeking assistance to find a child that was stolen by a hag.
Their eyebrows raise at the mention of hag, and they allow you to continue.
The child isn't any of ours by blood, but is one that we want to protect and to save from a harsh future.
And this is all of your goals?
Yeah, pretty collectively.
Yes, we desire to find this child.
They look at you all and wave both of their hands in unison to bring you closer.
Valvor's not with us, right?
No, Avora's waiting outside. This is your deal. He'll
Okay,
be going
just
in
making sure.
afterwards, yeah.
So we didn't lie.
They wave you forward, and the door closes behind you. And, again, speaking in unison, this is truly what you wish?
Yeah.
You wish to save a child from a hag. Do you have a name for this hag?
The name she gave us was Doris, but I doubt it's a true name.
Doris. Yes, yes. We remember Doris. She was troubling in our youth, stifling many of the archfey you see around you. Her coven once was responsible for destroying a few settlements in the early days of the Feywild. And this child, do you have a name for this child?
I don't think the child had been given a name. They were very young, a baby. We were just sort of looking after it, making sure it got taken to a home where it could be cared after, but obviously it didn't work out that way.
And is this child significant? Is it powerful? Is it unique?
Well, when we managed to find it the first time, it had already become a hexblood.
Their eyes widen immediately at the mention of Hexblood. A powerful creature. A powerful being. One that could bring dismay of all Fey life.
And we want to protect her and help lead her towards a good life.
That we can agree on. Life is precious, mortal or not. It is only a fleeting moment in the expanse of time. You see that they seem to be quite interested immediately in the mention of this hexblood, and their tone isn't controlling, it isn't probing, it is calm, collected, quite almost professional. They lean forward again, putting their fingertips together individually. Now, we can definitely locate this child, especially a hexblood. We have our means to find these creatures, these beings, as they pose a significant threat, if not tapered, or taught the correct way. If a hexblood possesses both the power of the Fae and the mortal world, both infinite in its possibility. I do hope you understand the danger of, if you fail, this creature could bring dismay to all walks of life.
Well, I am glad to say our track record with failing is pretty low, so...
Now, we won't ask for your names, as we have discovered the mortal kind is fearful to give the Fae their names. A few rumours have spread. A few rumours have spread that we are creatures that steal names or faces, but that is not us. We are the twins. We have our own identity, our own people. The city before you was not formed on lies or deceit. It was formed on trust. Now we encourage you to trust in us that we are capable of helping, but all things come at a cost. Are you willing to pay this cost?
It depends. What is it?
Well, you wish to find this child, but taking on Doris is not going to be a simple task. You will need some form of strength to take on a hag within their own domain. Now, we're not doubting your strength. We just wish that you are capable of succeeding without the slimmest chance of failure.
It's understandable.
But we may have to add on to this deal. Bring the child back to us, and we shall give you gift beyond measure. But know this, no favour comes freely in our land. You will leave a piece of yourself behind, in exchange for the location and power necessary to defeat Doris.
What piece?
That will be individual amongst all of you, if you wish to take our gift.
It helps if you say this child being as powerful as it is and as dangerous as the possibility of that power being abused is, then I will do so gladly.
A hexblood would be capable, if taught the ways of the hag, to bring about their own coven, to create their own coven again. Now, Doris's coven was destroyed many, many moons ago, but it seems she has an express interest in expanding her coven again and working alongside what seems to be the cults, taking up home and refuge within our lands. We don't see them proving worth, but only bringing destruction to a place that we have spent so long into protecting.
Indeed. We'll definitely, we are definitely not friends of this cult either, so we'll
So
do
you
our
all
best.
wish to partake in this deal?
I remember that cult. I stabbed their leader. One of them.
I will partake.
Yeah, I mean,
I will offer my name and my service to make sure that the child is raised right.
Very well. First, you will receive a blessing. Now, outside of the roleplay, back to actual technical D&D, there are 3 gifts you can choose from. I don't want you to roll because I'd like you guys to pick what seems to be suited to you, hence why I made 3 of them. I'm going to read them one at a time, and then if you're interested, let me know. The first one is the Silvered Veil. Once per day, you may step through any reflective surface, travelling up to 500 feet in an instant. You can also see glimpses of possible futures in reflections, granting you advantage on initiative rolls. The Twin Soul. You create a magical duplicate of yourself that lasts for 1 minute, acting as an independent ally with your abilities and thoughts. This can be used once per long rest. And the Mark of the Twins. You may ask the twins a single question each day, and they will answer it with knowledge beyond mortal means, as long as it does not disrupt the balance of fate.
I know which one I want.
So I will go down the list. Mr. Goodberry, which one would you like to take?
I'm very tempted on either 2 or 3.
Ooh, I like that.
2 would allow me to be a better healer. 3 would allow me to work the systems a little better.
Mm-hmm. And these are permanent, by the way. You have this for as long as Bomb From Us exists.
Oh, that makes it even better.
That's even better.
Because the prices you pay will be very different.
From what I mentioned, would that be the price that
I have a list
it does have
of...
to do with time.
I've got a list of prices, and that will be determined by a roll.
The price.
The price is white.
Now, a question to you, Rennie.
Yes.
'Cause I have my own separate thing I wanted to ask of them as well.
Oh.
Is that separate? Do I have to roll again?
That would be a
on the
different
table?
deal with different prices. I've got a whole fucking thing. I was preparing for this session.
Yeah, because you already know what I'm getting at.
I know. I know what's coming.
So, do we want to handle that now as well as part of this mechanical?
We will pass this deal first because roleplay is going to take place. But if any of you have additional wishes or requests after this one, this individual, we will go through them.
Gotcha.
I'll do number 3 then.
So you're taking the Mark of the Twins.
Yeah, so I can ask them the question once a day.
Okay. Ferrari, what are you taking?
I'm taking the first one.
The Silvered Veil?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jackson?
I'm taking the second one.
The Twin Soul.
Yes.
Then Velvet.
Give me my Shadow Clone Jutsu.
I'm also taking the Twin Soul.
The Twin Soul. Okay.
Motherfucker, two rogues. The fucking sneak attack damage is gonna be wild. And also gun.
And also gun. Yeah.
So Jackson,
Double gun for a
Jackson.
minute? Bro.
Mr. Goodberry,
Yes.
you are a halfling. You have a mark, are you correct? Am I correct in assuming?
Wait. Hold on, Rennie. Pause for a moment. I just realized something. This thing will have everything I have, right? But if it uses something, will that disappear from me or just it?
From you.
Fuck,
All
never
resources
mind.
are shared.
I thought it would be broken.
So
But
if
not
if we gain something, it also gains it as
Yes,
well?
it will. If you, let's say you slay a beast and you get a kick-ass axe, you summon your duplicate for the minute. It has the axe. But let's say you have Velvet's gun, you shoot a bullet, that clone will also lose that bullet.
What if the clone shoots a bullet?
You
and I
will lose a
don't?
bullet.
Fuck.
So to balance,
What
to balance it, I have to remove things from me, or else it would be, let's just go kill God real quick.
Yeah.
So we have a Silvered Veil for Verori, the Mark of the Twins for Goodberry, and the Twin Soul for both Jackson and Velvet.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Goodberry, you have a mark as a halfling. You feel your mark within you expand, become different twice. It duplicates itself. You are now marked of these twins. You don't belong to them, but they owe you knowledge in return for this. Jackson and Velvet, you immediately feel this surge of power go through you. You are now capable of summoning something as powerful for you for a minute, sharing all of your thoughts, and it can act independently. But Verari, you don't get a powerful magical feeling or something within you changes. The twins step down from their throne together and produce a veil and hand it to you.
Thank you.
They both nod. Now they look to you all and say, "A child stolen, a debt reclaimed, what is lost can be found, but not without cost." I need all of you to roll me d4.
D4?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be like a D100 or something. Okay, fair.
1.
if I roll another 4, I'm gonna lose it. I've been rolling too many 4s.
I rolled a 4.
All right,
Maybe
time to
I won't.
roll.
Okay, 2.
Oh my god. Rory, instead of rolling, do you just want to
1d4.
take 3? Because everybody got an individual 1.
Yeah, I'll take 3.
Okay,
I'll just take
this
3.
lined up magically. Michael,
Oh yeah.
your debt, your payment is your name in the Feywild. No Fey creature will ever remember your true name again. You must introduce yourself anew each time you meet, and even then they will forget you soon after. Fey contacts are difficult as you cannot sign with your name you do not have.
Who gets that?
That is Mr. Goodberry.
Oh, that's
So I won't be able to make deals with the Fae anymore.
No.
probably the worst option for him because he has fucking.
Who got
Tavern
2?
now.
Who got 2?
Jackson.
Jackson! You lose your shadow. It remains in the twins' domain, moving on its own when seen in reflector surfaces. Occasionally it whispers secrets to others you may not want willing to share with others.
Whose is
Oh,
that?
no.
That's yours. You lose your shadow.
Mine? I lose my shadow?
Your
Okay.
shadow's gone forever. In any other realm but
Okay.
this one, it is gone.
And it's going to reveal secrets.
Occasionally,
You don't want-
occasionally it whispers secrets to others when you are not looking, and these secrets are ones you are not willing to share.
Is it still gonna be here when I leave, or is it
Yes,
just
it
sort
will.
of...
It will
okay.
remain in this realm forever.
I feel like it is very appropriate for the Fae to get some gossip of old Jackson's life, you know?
It's very appropriate. So I'm saying it lined up perfectly.
Yeah.
Ferrari. You
Yeah,
lose
hi.
your reflection. Mirrors no longer show your face, and the twins may use your reflection to observe the world through other reflector surfaces as they wish. So wherever you are, they can use the
boy.
reflections to observe the world.
But you could also use mirrors and stuff, like, specially, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it did line up perfectly.
Velvet,
Yeah.
your price is your future.
God damn it.
Once in your lifetime, the twins will choose a moment when you would have been victorious and twist it against you. The nature of this
no.
misfortune is unknown, but the debt will be paid.
Oh no.
See, that could be very bad, but that could also just be like, oh, you were gonna not trip on, like, doing, like, something special, and then you just trip instead.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
It
to hope
is-
that they're. I just literally have to hope that they are merciful, and they don't just make my loss that of my life.
What if we just
Yeah.
beat the hell out of her right now and make it happen?
I will say the twins will leave no room for negotiation. They are fair in their way, but fairness in the Feywild is rarely kind. You're left with this. Your price is paid, your new powers gained, and the room is quiet. They sit upon their thrones again, looking at you all, leaving you in this moment.
I have another thing to ask.
Eyebrow raise. Yes?
I would like to have a change of wings.
God damn it.
Wings.
As much as I love the ones on my arms, they are not suited for daily use.
You wish to alter yourself
annoying.
for mere personal gain?
Not just for mere personal gain, but to help others. They've gotten in the way of me saving people before.
The sky is vast, the winds are many, and yet you were born earthbound. A cruel twist, or a fate unwritten. We can amend this. But the sky does not grant its gifts freely, and neither do we. You will
This
be
I know.
granted your wings, if you're willing to pay the price.
I am. I want to be able to help people more.
Roll me a d4.
I rolled a 4.
Your price is a stranger's fall. Somewhere in the world, an unknown flying creature, perhaps another owlin or an aarakocra, or even a mighty griffin will lose its wings. You will never know who, but the cries may haunt you in your dreams.
Damn.
Oh, Ferrari's gonna be haunted with that forever.
They look to you from their throne. Take what is given, leave what is taken. The sky is yours, but at what cost?
What was it? What was the cost? I didn't hear. My headphones went out again.
A stranger's fall. Somewhere in the world, an unknown flying creature, perhaps another owlin, an aarakocra, or even a mighty griffin, will lose its wings. You will never know who, but their cries may haunt you in your dreams.
You fly, but at what cost?
In a beautiful a glow of purple and blue light, Virari, you now sprout a set of healthy, normal owlin wings.
What happens to her arms?
They return to what Alvora's look like, more like taloned arms.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Ferrari has wings now, but at the cost of her dreams being haunted by screams now.
Don't worry about it.
Who else would like to make a deal?
You know I would.
What's your
Well,
deal?
technically, I can't, right?
I would make a deal, but I don't have anything
No,
to make.
signed deals is the important thing.
Oh.
These are just verbal deals spoken with the Fae.
Yeah, but they forget about it too, don't they?
Yes. The twins won't
They
forget
just
you,
forget.
but every other Fae will forget you. Jackson, feel your wish to the party.
Yes. If you couldn't tell, Jackson is wishing to switch up his power set a bit. He's been doing some reading,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of studying, and he thinks there's a druidic sect that has a more connection to dragons and the dragon deities, and he's wishing to jumpstart that process a bit. Since he's not a druid, he was never one to be a druid, but he's also realized through not so subtle jabs from most of his friends that he's not really a ranger either. So, he's wanting to become a druid of a specific circle.
What is this circle to speak it to the twins?
What it's called in the actual thing is Circle of Dragons.
Okay. They look to you. They look down at you. A hunter bound to bow and beast, yet you long for roots, and the wind whispers. The path behind you fades, the path ahead is yet unwritten. Very well. We shall take your old footsteps and weave them into something new. Roll me a d4.
A D4.
A D4.
I still roll. Somehow I still lose flight, even after all that.
Dies.
Dies, yeah. 3.
A 3. This one is called the Horde's Curse. Since you want to be the Circle of Dragons, the ranger develops a deep attachment to an item of personal importance. A staff, a book, a necklace. Losing it fills them with overwhelming anxiety, causing them to roll all wisdom checks with disadvantage until it is recovered.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Do you choose the item, or do I choose the item?
You. It is personal to you. As long as it's not something that you can just boof away and it's never seen again.
Well, would you allow Sparky's necklace to be the item? I feel like that.
Yes.
That would be very much the item that, like, if he loses that, if he lost that, he'd already have a fit. So this just makes it worse.
They look down to you after you paid this price. You are no longer what you were. You are something more. But even dragons bow to fate. Fly wisely.
Alrighty.
Anyone else wish to make a deal? Because this is the Fae Deal episode. We call this Business Hours.
If I had
Welcome to the business episode. We standing on business.
Business!
Hey, if I had any idea of what I could make a deal of, I would. I don't.
You've heard what your friends have done. And Jackson, what you can do is you can now rework all of your ranger levels to druid levels.
Okay. Do I keep the stats, or can I rearrange stats as well to better fit a druid?
You can give me an entirely new sheet if you wish.
Gotcha. Then I will put the sheet in the chat, and I mean in the campaign right now. I was ready for this.
But yeah, Rennie, yeah, I have heard what my friends have done. That doesn't mean I have any idea.
There's always a price to pay. There's always a price to
Okay. Price ain't important. Brother is.
Mhm.
I will make a deal.
For
Helping me find my brother, or giving him back to me if he's dead or something. I don't know. What the fuck you want?
Velvet trying to figure out what she wants, mumbling to herself.
let me see if I've got an appropriate list for this.
I was gonna say, is there any way to make like a verbal deal where it's like everything is known before the rules? Or is that the only way that they operate?
They have to operate with chance. Okay, I think I've got a list. Okay. So you step forward and you ask the following question. They look to each other, slightly concerned. It seems family and children and questions that are close to the heart are something they take quite deeply here. You seek what was lost. A face half forgotten, a name whispered in dreams. Blood calls to you, even across the ages. But you are certain you wish to find what waits beyond the veil?
Yes.
Roll me d4.
Alright, fate, don't fuck me up. 1. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The curse of recognition. The
Okay.
moment you finally see your brother, he will not know who you are, and may never remember, unless another price is paid.
Oh.
I will pay a million prices. Just give me my brother back, you fuck. She does say that to the Fae.
Oh, you stand up,
She
bet
does-
this!
she-
Bet this!
Yeah.
BIDNIS!
Another price. Give him back to me.
You look down to your hands as a that's a difficult word, silvery glow begins to form, and a thread begins to form in front of you. The twins grant you a silver thread, invisible to all but you. The thread pulls them across any and all realms, even through dreams, into places unseen. The stronger the pull, the closer you are.
Okay. When do I pay the price to make him remember?
When required.
So when I found him, then basically, okay, cool.
They look
Where-
down to you. The path winds, the thread tugs, and the fate is cruel. Seek if you dare, but know this: finding them is not the same as keeping them.
Don't you riddle me.
Go with it, Velvet. Just
I-
go with it.
I don't have another choice, but still, don't riddle me, you pompous. I don't know. Fuck.
Gosh.
Are you saying that out loud?
Mouth.
She trails off, but yes, she did start saying that.
Jackson, did you slide in?
Yeah.
Roll me a acrobatics check to see if you'll manage to stop Velvet from sputtering out calling two Archfey pompous.
I don't even know what pompous means, honestly. I just know it's
I'm just throwing
Like-
out these insults, fuck you.
That's a 19.
Yeah. You're like pop as Jackson's hand slides over. And he looks you they look to you all. Well, I hope these deals were favourable. And we do hope that you're able to find this child. But remember, the child is to return to us at the completion of your task.
Very well.
Now, the way you find them, I will now go find it for you because we went through a lot of fucking deals. You are all immediately granted clarity on where the child is. If you have a Fey map, it is marked. If you don't have a Fey map, you have an innate feeling of the correct direction.
I have a map.
You know all paths to take. You know all possible routes. You even know if there's secret entrances to where the child is being hidden. You can do this at your own speed, but just know there might be an invisible time limit.
Well, we're going that direction, aren't we?
AKA, we're going right now.
Yeah.
As you
The
step
moment we leave here, we're going.
out of the chamber, Alvaro looks you all, gives you all a nod, and steps in, the door closing behind them. And that's where we're going to end episode 23. From
Motherfucker.
Us.
Wait. Can I ask if he wants us to wait?
You can see in episode 24 of Born From Us.
Fuck.
Thank you all for joining us for another interesting episode. Your your deals have been strucken. Your prices have been paid. You all feel... Oh, go on, sorry.
To everyone else, that was just holding nothing. But to her, it's the most important thing.
You feel all a little different. You all have various prices paid. How's everyone feeling?
I need to start writing down the prices so I don't forget and do funnies.
But apart from that, everyone, thank you for attending episode 23. I hope that these prices weren't too scary.
They're not as scary as the last price I paid for a special item in the Feywild in another campaign.
Yes, that one was quite tragic. These ones are a little bit more on trend for the fair.
Yeah.
But everybody, we're going to go through the list of socials, tell the people where they can find you and what you're doing on these platforms, and if you have anything planned. We'll start with, of course, Mr. Goodberry, Cassinity.
You can find me at Blue Sky as BNKR.
They will be a part of the list that Velvet has made on her profile. You can find all of the Bunker crew in that list.
Because you can't find Michael's account by searching. It just doesn't show up. I don't know what's got wrong.
We
with
shall
it.
fix it. We will figure it out. But his link will be in the description.
Maybe it's because Michael hasn't posted anything yet.
Possibly. Ferrari. Also
Do
on a
something.
Saturn.
Yeah. Hi. Bonjour. Comment ça va? You can all
French.
find me over at Twitch at SaturnBNKR and Blue Sky at SaturnBNKR. I rarely post on Blue Sky.
But when she goes, bangers, I assure you.
Not really.
Oh.
It's just me promoting stuff and responding
Bangers!
to the Bunker Core.
Bangers!
Hey. Ah!
Yes. I also don't post a lot. Mine's just like when I'm streaming or if I'm reposting the Bunker Core stuff. And Zach.
Oh yes, our DM now. Our DM? Fuck, that's me. Our editor has a Blue Sky now. You can find him showcasing some upcoming thumbnails for shorts and some possible artwork in the near future. But Jackson, of course it's been spoiled ahead of time, but where can people find you, what you're up to?
Yes, so you can find me at Blue Sky, at Claw BNKR. And I might be posting some stuff on there related to the podcast or something, some little funny clips if we, of stuff that happens. And I'm probably going to be doing some little teasers of other like solo projects I've got going on. So just for when that stuff happens.
Very good. And Velvet, of course.
You can find me on Blue Sky and Twitch. Both are Velvet BNKR.
Fantastic. Again, thank you all for... Oh?
Yeah, of course. You can find everyone here and in the Bunker Core, Bunker Light, the Bunker Discord.
Yes, we do have a little Discord on the side for our D&D YouTube shenanigans. But thank you all for joining us. We appreciate all of you. More episodes to come soon, and we hope to see you in the same place at the same time. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.